Right then. So in terms of setup, as we discussed obviously last week, you had the ball creeping a bit too far back. I like the routine you're going through. You're getting a nice sort of solid routine, but the ball now, unfortunately, with all your practice, has basically gone from where it was, it's moved this way, and you're going to put a stop to that. So I'd always encourage where possible, even on the golf course, if you're having a few shots that are going a little bit offline, not quite going so well, put the crosshair down to see where the ball is, okay? It takes 2 seconds to check it. And then for you, once you get in that position, it's where your eye line, if you're right eye dominant, looking down through that hand there, the hand's going to be on the edge of that inside step of your left foot, okay? It just gives you kind of some checkpoints to look for. Can you sort of see 2 knuckles of your left hand? You can. Grip pressure, you got to feel that yourself. I think grip pressure.
Still a bit tight.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, very few people. Like I said, in all my years of teaching, I've never told anyone in 25 years of golf grip the club tighter. Yeah. I've not always told everyone grip it looser, but there's a good majority of people I give lessons to, and if I'm being honest, especially blokes, they just think they've got more power and more strength. It's like I can really give it a whack, like hammering at something with a nail, kind of, grip that hammer hard, I get some power to it. Yeah, we don't want power, we want control, and speed is going to give you distance, but you've got that in abundance. Yeah, you don't need to. I mean, 6 irons going 196 straight. You don't need it any further, do you? Okay, so it's now 7 irons, to be fair, so on 6 irons. So the movement that we've got to try and focus on now, as you used to get to the top of your backswing, and I think this move that you made was probably due to the fact the ball was going a little bit too far back here, and as you start moving down to the golf ball, you get there, and before that club starts getting down, you see your head sort of popping back up and away, and is already now moving this way. So once that club is going in that direction, once the body's going that direction, the hands have got that potential to sort of flip over, close the club face, hit it a bit on the way up, a bit higher, okay, and then you're going to be hitting that ball way to the left, okay. So we want to try and avoid that pop there, okay. Now it's not going to disappear straight away, but as long as you can just focus on when you get to the top of your back, so that you're going to be just basically moving into almost like an imaginary wall here, okay. So you're moving here, so your left hip and left shoulder get on that wall, you see, yeah. So when you come back into impact, everything now is matched up as roughly the golf ball would have been there, okay. You're on that left side, you've got a nice strong solid lead side to hit onto, okay, and then you can move through the golf ball and finish nicely in balance. So your weight now is at that left foot sort of curling up a little bit, the toe up on its foot there, okay, and everything's moved in that direction towards target, okay, yeah? And that's going to get, if the body starts moving backwards too quickly, I mean, your body was moving backwards about here, it's sort of staying there and kind of just slightly pops up a little bit, okay? I'll show you a clip in a second. I got my phone, actually saw today a guy doing a video of how the sort of recentering would work and sort of just the movement. You've got it right to about here, but then it sort of just starts stopping and sort of stays there. Now, based on what we saw from lesson 1 to lesson 2, you overdoing things. What we don't want is you getting from here, moving this way, and then just keep going, yeah? So you get your head too far ahead of the golf ball, okay? Because if you do that, you're starting the ball blocking way out to the right, really low, and be not a very good strike, okay? So it's getting your body to move into impact. So when you get to impact, okay, lead arm, hands and the club are nice sort of matched up with the golf ball, okay? If your head has now moved too far this way, which we could potentially see if we're not careful, then you've gone the other way, okay? So just making sure you find that sweet spot. Again, the head can be too far behind the ball, can be too far ahead of the golf. So all these different parameters you can get into, okay? You just got to find the feeling of where that is, okay? What I would do though is a warm-up swing, and I'll sort of show you some of these shots in a second. I'll to explain on the video, is when you hit some shots as a warm-up, start the club back to about here somewhere, move to that left side and just sort of finish with the club head about here somewhere, like almost like a sort of slightly sawn off kind of swing through the ball, so we start controlling that face a bit better, more sort of about bigger muscles, the torso, the chest and the hips, so you'll sort of see yourself hitting some shots kind of this way, yeah, not allowing that club to kind of flip and a bit too sort of scooping. Only the warm-up swings, only sort of very small little shots, just to get you in the feeling and the mode of how that body and the club are going to kind of match up, not the body kind of, as we see on this left-hand one, kind of leaning back and getting a bit sort of scoopy and flippy. We want the hands to release the club, obviously, on a full shot, so just to get in the feeling of that club face control a bit more, okay? And getting the body to say, we want to get into a good impact position with the body moving back to the hips and the lower half moving there. You can see that left hip moving away from that yellow line that we've got there. And getting into a good impact. This is the one you just hit the last one there, about 196, as I said. Really, really good position. Everything's moving in the right direction. So definite plus with the routine. Getting there with the grip pressure. Overdid the ball position. Okay. Yeah. focus for this sort of practice session now is moving the body towards target. Like I say, if you want to film some swings from the range, please just send them for a look at them again, and just you can see where you're at, okay? And then we can maybe stop, because if we just seen, okay, that's there. Well, actually, there, Stu, you've gone too far with the ball. Okay, I'll bring it back. Almost stop things before they become a problem. We don't want to be going back and forth, side to side like a yo-yo, because then you'd be going like hitting the ball good, hitting the ball good, hitting the ball bad, 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 hitting the ball good, hitting the ball good, bad, 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 bad. And you'll never find kind of where that middle ground is. Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Right.